Hi everybody. So this is another video on queer media and what I think is right, what I think is wrong with it, what should we expect from it, what should we not expect from it, what is a wrong representation of queer people in media and what is the right way to represent queer people in media and how they are, all that stuff. If that interests you, stick around. If not, there are other videos to watch, I guess, in YouTube. Before we start a discussion on that, I would like to say that expecting every queer media or every media that has some queer characters in it to get everything about queer media right is downright, well, pressure that queer media does not need. First, queer media has a lot of pressure on it to not just actually show positively queer people in a positive light, but also be able to sell, because at the end of the day, Hollywood, Bollywood, any TV series, anything, no matter if it's Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever, money talks louder than everything else, and that is why Riverdale is still running in spite of being a shit show. The pressure that a queer media needs to be perfect and have to get everything right 100% of the time is an unexpected pressure that straight media does not have. So yeah, expecting to put that onto queer people and to queer media is actually kind of, it doesn't feel right. The only negative thing that I can say about the only negative way to represent queer people is when evil characters are queer coded, or when people are evil just because they are queer, and multiple examples can be given in multiple Bollywood films where someone is transgender and they are evil simply because they are transgender, which is totally wrong, and yeah, I don't think it's right. And also another thing is that when the joke is ha ha ha, they are gay. For example, Friends season 1, in the episode where it's discussed that Chandler might be gay because he has that quality and all that. And if you see of every laugh track that is played in that with respect to the gay jokes, all the time the laugh tracks are played because it's insinuated that Chandler is gay, so ha ha ha, that's funny, which is not, because someone being gay is not funny. So yeah, many people will be angry because a lot of people are Friends fan, but that is true. That was a shit thing to do. Now, let's get into some other things that a lot of people think are actually toxic in queer media, and that is something like Love, Simon. So, if you don't know what Love, Simon is, by the way, how do you not know? Even I haven't watched the film completely, but I know what it is. So, if you don't know what Love, Simon is a film where a white cisgendered gay teenager goes around to find his identity. Not find his identity, but like, he's gay. He's just afraid to be out to his uh, parents and friends, who are apparently very woke and actually, yeah, completely accepting of gay people. So why the fuck are you afraid to come out to them? And a lot of people have that same complaint of that the Love, Simon film does not make sense. And I would like to say that, well, some parts of it does not really make sense, and that is extremely true, but overall the film is not a negative thing or anything. This film is actually, I would say, something that was overdue, because let's be real, even if someone is straight, even if someone is cisgendered, white and gay, and may have an accepting family and friends, they still sometimes might face anxiety when it comes to coming out and all that, and that's completely fine. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I'm saying it does not deserve the hate that a lot of people give it. Number 2, Dumbledore. Yeah, I know. Dumbledore. A lot of people say that the way Dumbledore was revealed to be gay was actually in a panel where a big meeting was called and all that, and J.K. Rowling and everyone revealed that Dumbledore is gay, and yay, we have a gay character in Harry Potter and all that. I do think the way it came out was toxic, because Let's be real, that was a move to get more publicity. Yeah, that's basically what it was. It was a move to get more publicity. Now, being said that, I don't mind that Dumbledore was never revealed to be gay in the Harry Potter books or in the movies, because Dumbledore is a headmaster and his story revolved not around him being gay or him being anything else. His sexuality has nothing to do with him being a competent headmaster or someone who is teaching Harry how to defeat Voldemort and all that. So yeah, but being said that, also if it was revealed that Dumbledore was gay, I would have been completely fine. Not every person who is gay needs to have a plot line that actually reveals that they are gay. They can simply just exist and can casually come out. And if you want to look at more examples like that, then you can actually go and see She-Ra, the Princess of Power. Now, what is good queer media? A lot of people would say a good queer media is simply where it's a good story, but it happens to be that the person is actually queer, and that is a totally valid thing to do, and that can be a really good queer media. But also at the same time, it can also be a good queer media if they do struggle because of their sexuality. Because guess what, a lot of people like to write queer media or queer stories or queer character in a way, in a setting where the queer people do not struggle because of their sexuality or anything, and they don't want to make it because, well, they just want to write a story where the people are queer because of queer. But guess what, there are a lot of cultures and countries around the world where queer people still struggle from different types of, I don't know, prejudices and laws. And in many multiple countries, being gay is actually illegal. So yeah, so if you want to write a story where someone is struggling because of their queerness and actually has and their story is not just about some other story, but also that story plus their story of being coming out and being able to accept of who they are, that's completely fine too. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is, if you are making a good story out of it, it is going to be a good queer media. For example, Brokeback Mountain and God's Own Country are two of the stories that I've seen where people are gay and some part of the story revolve around them being gay, but other parts of the story revolve around a lot of other things as well. For example, Brokeback Mountain, them being gay is not the whole plot line. Both the two characters actually marry women and live very different lives, and as well result, they have their own story apart from them being together and being gay, so which is an interesting thing. Now let's come on to the topic of gay villains. Now, gays, or I should say that villains in the past, especially Disney, have queer coded a lot of their villains. So as a result, a lot of the times in present day media, which has been influenced by Disney or something, you will actually see a lot of stories where the queer people are the main villain because, well, I don't know, because they don't have any motivation or something, or because they're jealous of other people's straightness, which is completely wrong and a fucked up way to represent queerness or anything. And I can give multiple examples within Bollywood movies or cinema just for that. But yeah, I don't. A villain should be a villain because he brings something to the table. A villain should be a villain because he's a foil to the main character or the protagonist or something. A villain should be a villain because they have some motivations on it. And if they are gay, they just happen to be gay. Them being gay is not related to them being villain, and them being villain has nothing to do with them being gay. And also, if your motivation is, if a villain's motivation is, oh, they are straight, they have more rights than me, so I just want to harm them. You are a fucking stupid person if you're writing that story. Also, never queer code your villains. Never queer code your villains because that has damaging effects. Like, no wonder I grew up to like Gaston and Maleficent. Now, there are other stories that I am gay and or I am queer and the whole plotline revolves around that. For example, Alex Strangelove or Love Simon or Love Victor. Personally, I don't like those stories where the whole storyline can be summed up in two sentences, which is a person discovers they are queer and struggles to find their own identity. Like, if that's the whole plot line, then well, I am probably not going to like this movie, but I can also say that teenage me would have probably loved those movies. So yeah, I am sure those movies have a place for someone and someplace, and that does not mean you stop making those movies or those writing those stories, but it just is a small niche that I do not like personally and many other people do not like, but that does not mean they are bad stories or bad queer stories in any way. So yeah, that is the whole video, and I have been flexing my bicep throughout the whole video. That's totally random, but yeah. Anyway, that's the whole video, and if you like this video, give this video a thumbs up, and if you don't like it, I don't know, give it a thumbs down. I don't care. Subscribe to my channel if you like to, and my Instagram and all the other links are down below, and I hope you enjoy this video and I hope you have a nice day, because guess what? It's a dark fucking world, so just enjoy your days.